What is the power output of a USB port? As the title says, what's the power output of a USB port? Is it a standard value? Or it may change depending on manufacturer/model and so on. If that value is not standard, how can one determine it?
As stated in Wikipedia, the USB 1.x and 2.0 specifications provide a 5V supply on a single wire to power connected USB devices. A unit load is defined as 100 mAh in USB 2.0 and 150 mAh in USB 3.0. A device may draw a maximum of 5 unit loads, 500 mAh, from a port in USB 2.0, 900 mAh in USB 3.0. As power is equal to current times voltage, all you have to do is multiply 5V with the current the device is drawing from the port. Note there also exists a convention for charging devices. These kinds of ports allow for currents up to 1.5A, also using 5V. However, the USB port is rated to withstand current up to 5A, so some manufacturers may go out of spec and offer a higher maximum current.
I used the Battery Doctor free app to determine how much amperage the USB charging port is offering. I use the word offering intentionally, since each device has a maximum amperage amount that it will take in regardless of what is offered. I found that my 3.0 port on my HP Envy laptop, which has a lightning bolt next to it, offers 1.5 amps, 1500 mAh, while the 2.0 USB offers only 0.5 amps, 500 mAh. Although some forums have stated that it is not possible for an app to determine the amount of amps offered to a device, the Battery Doctor app clearly states amps offered accurately and immediately on my iPad. Although it may only display up to the maximum allowed by the device, I have not tried this. I have tested the app with a 1.8 amp out wall charger and a 2.1 amp out power bank, and both are marked as such on the charger. The amperage readings displayed accurately and immediately on the app.
There are USB power adapters on the market explicitly stating 10W adapter. As USB is 5V, the 10W result in 2A equals 2000 mAh. The net effect is that devices connected to this adapter charges its battery 4 times faster than with a normal 500 mAh USB port.
Power that must be delivered by a USB port is defined in Section 7.2.1 of USB 2.0 specifications. To start, the power delivery is defined in units of load. For USB 2.0, 1 unit is 100 mAh, and for USB 3.x, 1 unit is 150 mAh. USB standard defines 2 classes of USB ports, high power ports, and low power ports. The spec says, page 171. Systems that obtain operating power externally, either AC or DC, must supply at least 5 unit loads to each port. Such ports are called high power ports. So, if you have a desktop PC or laptop connected to AC outlet, each USB port must supply 500 or 900 mAh of current. Note the language, at least. So it could be more, unless an optional overcurrent functionality is supported in hardware. For example, a common desktop PC in sleep mode derives the bus power from plus 5 VSB rail of its PSU, which at least is capable to deliver 2 of current. Or more, which is specified in particular PSU. For example, if a Raspberry Pi 3 gadget gets its power from a AC-DC adapter from a wall AC power, it must supply at least 500 mAh per each of 4 ports. Unfortunately, it fails to do so, and therefore is not USB compliant. However, if a USB host is a skinny battery-powered device, such as MP3 player or smartphone, this can be declared by manufacturer as low-power host, and the USB port can be limited by design to deliver 100/150 mAh only. This limit is very inconvenient to customers, and is rarely enforced. If a USB system, host or hub, is declared as normal host, the ports are tested to USB if test specifications using specialized USB port testers. The tester either applies a load equal to 5 units and checks if the voltage drop doesn't exceed specifications, 5% or 10% margin, or applies a stepwise increasing load and determines at which point the optional overcurrent circuit trips over. Under household conditions, the port capability can be checked by applying a big 10 ohm or 5.5 ohm if USB 3.x resistor to a stripped-off cable, or using a dedicated variable load found on eBay. The requirements for power delivery from a normal USB port should not be confused with requirements for USB devices. USB devices should not take more than 1 unit of load until host completes the device enumeration. USB hosts must keep track of consumed power declared by attached devices. During enumeration, a host reads mandatory power requirements of the device within its descriptor, and if the host believes that its power capabilities are maxed out, it can refuse the connection.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.